What's happening YouTube? In today's video, I want to show you how you can still shoot photos when you feel like there's nothing around you to shoot photos of. It's just one simple exercise, and this will not only help you to take photos when you think there's no photos to take, but it'll also help you to become a better photographer if you keep doing this over time. Now, lately I've been feeling a little bit uninspired with the usual type of photography that I make. And I've also been looking a lot at likes of William Eggleston's photography, which tends to be shot in places that you would find boring, mundane is kind of the cliche term for it now, but places that you wouldn't normally expect to take pictures. So with that in mind, I decided to start carrying my camera every morning while I'm walking the dog. Sunny days like this have generally worked out better. I find it a lot more difficult when it's overcast weather. Sometimes I'll photograph a whole house or a scene if it's interesting, but usually my favourite photos turn out to be the detail photos. Although I think a mix of details and scenes are what's gonna make up the final project. Whenever I see something that I think is interesting, I'll just make a photo of it. It might not turn out to be anything, but I'll just shoot it and move on. I also try not to make more than maybe 2 or 3 pictures of any one thing. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time trying to figure out what my favourite one is. If I can get away with it, I'll just take one and move on. At this point, I'm walking past an ice cream place that I shot some pictures of the week before, so I'm just going to put these pictures up and then you have some context for the scene that it was in. It was about the same time of day. I also previously shot some photos at this gas station. There was a car where those 2 vans were. And passing this construction just a few days before, there wasn't any glass in the windows, and I'd shot a photo through there at about the same time of day. The sun's in a slightly different spot, but you can see the difference already between with the glass and without the glass. And it'll be interesting in a few more months to see what that building looks like once they take the fences down. The area is going to change a lot. I think overall, whether it's a house, a scene, detail, or some sort of abstract, the key to making this project interesting is to make sure that the composition is nice. If you're wondering about the camera settings for these photos, I set the aperture to f8 and I just left the ISO and shutter speed to auto. Because it's sunny, I just let the camera decide what to do. I've been doing this for the last few weeks, but that was the only time that I've actually had the GoPro running on the camera while I've been shooting. But one day I did also just take a walk around the neighbourhood with the GoPro on kind of a dull day. I wasn't shooting pictures, to show you some of the areas that I'd been taking pictures already, so that I could give context to the other photos that I'll show you. Back in October, I actually shot some street photos here when I had the Fuji 56mm. So if you saw these pictures on Instagram, here's a little context as to where they were shot. And I just turned a little to my left here and I got another photo that I really liked, all in the space of about a minute. What I found most helpful about this project is it's opened me up to photographing things that I would normally just walk past and ignore. They're too boring, they're mundane, nobody really cares about it. But all it takes is some interesting light, some nice colour, or sort of spotting a composition to change everything and make a picture actually look interesting from something that is pretty boring. And if it's something that catches my eye, I no longer really feel bound to make it fit into that street photography style that I've been making for the last year or so. And I think this has helped me a lot to notice light more, to make better compositions, and to just kind of see the things around me, or I feel a bit more like awake to what's beautiful around me, if that makes any sense. It's definitely made me feel more creative, and for sure makes me feel like I am becoming a better photographer in doing this. If you're in any sort of a photographic rut where you feel uninspired, or the stuff around you just isn't what you want to necessarily shoot photos of, I highly recommend trying this out, setting yourself a little project that you can chip away at that's outside of the scope of your normal work. And I think it should be something that's easy to start doing, something that you've always got access to. For me, it's walking the dog and taking pictures of my neighbourhood. For you, maybe it's interesting light that comes into your house in the morning, or even at the office, or it could be photos taken on the train every morning on the way to work, pictures of your partner cooking each day at sunset if you get nice light coming into your kitchen. Anything like that, anything you can think of, whatever you have access to, as long as you have nice light and you're able to practice making compositions. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Drop me a comment down below, let me know what you thought, let me know if you have any ideas for your own projects, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.